No New Year vacation for SLFP as trouble continues. Clinging onto Fox's tail to go to heaven, vote plotting in cold climes. Call to check on educational credentials of presidential candidates.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
No New Year vacation for SLFP as trouble continues. The Sinhala Tamil New Year that dawned on Saturday has given some breathing space for all political parties, with one exception, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. The Cold War brewing between Maithripala Sirisena and Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga has come out into the open. Now it has taken a new turn with a claim made by ex-General Secretary Dayasiri Jayasekara. Speaking to the media, he accused a certain President's Council of using Ranil's name and intimidating judges. Dayasiri said his name will be revealed in Parliament. The Sirisena faction alleges a plot by the CBK, Nimal Siripala, Mustafa, Amarawera, Duminda gang to take control of the SLFP. Dayasiri speaks about a conspiracy of some other kind. Returning to Sirisena for a warm welcome, during the raucous with the latter's Easter Sunday attacks mastermind claim, it was him who first spoke about a conspiracy within. "Sir, if you give me back my position, I will foil this conspiracy," the ex-General Secretary told his boss. But Sirisena offered him a senior vice president position instead. He refused to accept it. Sirisena told Dayasiri to meet him again after the Amarawera CBK lot went to court against him. It is said that he has even been promised the SLFP's presidential candidacy. In the meantime, social media activists describe his talk about a President's Council intimidating the judges as an attempt at influencing the judiciary. Lawyers loyal to Amarawera are waiting to see if Dayasiri makes that claim outside Parliament. With the matters of the SLFP now before courts, any such intimidatory tactics could boomerang on the intimidators. The SLFP is a party that rose up from the ashes even after the Rajapaksas cleaned it up and managed to claim some parliamentary seats. It has an all-encompassing network of a membership that hopes against hope that their party will take to the correct path soon. Clinging onto Fox's tail to go to heaven, vote plotting in cold climes. Asoka Jayatunga is a known news planter for Ranil Wickremesinghe since his days at Lanka around 30 years ago. Now based at Washington, D.C., he writes, President's E-column to promote Ranil. Jayatunga introduces Ranil as a cunning fox. Headlines in his column this time are, Fox plotting in the Nuwara Eliya cold climb. Who will profit from SLPP's empowering Mahinda to decide? Clinging onto Fox's tail to go to heaven. Estimations by Sagala and Ravi K about would-be SJB breakaways. Cunning fox in the right track. To campaign after May Day, I will play the drum. You dance. Next story that brings Sirisena's undoing. Two-edged challenges to Sajith. Differences in opinion between JVP and NPP. Bandara polishes Sujith. Bandara's NPP analysis. American Mahinda and his team on hazardous material in ship. Big team to visit America for New Year vacation. All loans except bonds being repaid. Bangladesh loan too repaid. From a year ago, the New Year this time is not that bad. Streets are full of shopgoers buying food and clothing. They are now there from queues for fuel, gas, milk powder, in the not-too-distant past thanks only to Ranil, not the tiger or red elephant babies. Sirisena was present when Ranil went to the Hilton to celebrate Vijayadasa's 40 years as a lawyer. He says things that takes the country to trouble. What will he say next? Ranil said, giving a pat to Charitha Herath, who was nearby. He also attended a meeting with youths at a riverbank. Manusha and Duminda moderated it. Ranil suggested those who liked to be announcers to take the mic. By the time selfie-taking was over, everybody was tired. From Anuradhapura, he went to Kandy, where he was met by local government members. A majority of them were from the SLPP. I practiced upcountry dancing under Jayana. Chandrika danced too. Now, I will play the drum, you dance, he told a troupe of upcountry dancers. He had dinner with lawyers. At the UMP Management Committee meeting, he told them to get to campaign work after doing the May Day well. Ravi K said he could lure 12 MPs from the SJB. True or false, Sagala said around 20 lawmakers had indicated their desire to join them. Sagala again said the campaign firm wants a decision about these MPs very soon. 13 SLPP ministers and higher-ups, and 24 MPs too, are ready to go to heaven by clinging on to the president's foxtail. SB's name too is on the list. The campaign for him is planned out of the country. Ranil was told that the SJB leadership has to face twin challenges from him and the NPP. Ranil only smiled when asked if he was the one who would profit from the SLPP's empowering Mahinda to take a decision. The professorial analysis of the vote base for the NPP, carried by Sujith Mangala Silva's Lanka Newsweek, has been a hit. It said the party needs 1,282% more of its votes for a win. SLPP's Ranjith Bandara took it further. 7.1 million votes are needed to win. For the JVP, it will have to be a 1,764% increase. That will only be a dream, he said. The column then refers to what was said when the president was at the finance ministry. An advisor said it was that reported Sumanthiram was on the MPP stage in the north because he was promised justice for the Tamil fighters under a government by that party. An official said the opposition was lying that the rupee appreciated because loans are not being repaid. The cunning fox said firmly, "We will repay all loans except the international bonds. Gotabaya's loan from Bangladesh, too, has been repaid." Sagala commented about benefits from Aswasuma, housing, deeds, rice, meals for children and higher salaries. Manusha said the NPP is frightened of the SJB's debate challenge. They are helpless without a programme to show due to the communist and liberal tug-of-war between the JVP and the NPP. During the new year, the powerful and their families are vacationing abroad. Politicians and bank big shots are on their way to America. But the cunning fox and his wife are in Nuwara Eliya. They are going to celebrate with children. In the meantime, the fox will not hesitate to do some plotting for votes. They are going to be very crucial ones. He also writes about his boss, the American Mahinda. The ship that collided with a bridge while on its way to Sri Lanka is quite a challenge for American Mahinda. It is said that 56 of its 4,644 containers have hazardous material. Mahinda and his team started a truth-finding mission. They spoke to Lankan engineer Saman Karyawasam in the ship. Due in Sri Lanka on April 15th, the ship still remains trapped in Patapsco River. Just one of the 56 containers with hazardous material will be unloaded in Sri Lanka. The embassy found through the shipping company and American authorities that it contains battery cleaning material only. It has been determined that the ship is not carrying any certain dangerous cargo. It has hazardous material, not hazardous waste. The Washington embassy informed the president and the foreign ministry about all these. The defense attaché said a lighter in a pocket, too, is category Z as hazardous material. It is said that Ranil is preparing for the presidential race by luring MPs from both the SLPP and SJB to the UNP. It is doubtful if the NPP will find its grassroots support enough for a win. Call to check on educational credentials of presidential candidates. Just about 6 months remain for the election. It is claimed Sajith Premadasa and Anura Kumara Disanayake will have a close fight. Nowadays, the two sides are involved in a war of words. In all these midst, Sagala, Wajira, Ravi K. and Navin push out some feelers on behalf of Ranil. The latest is by Sabaragamuwa Governor Navin Disanayake, who says at least a degree is needed to be the country's president. He asks Sajith and AKD to show their credentials. Navin says Ranil has a law degree from Colombo University. AKD is a graduate of the Kelaniya University. Sajith is said to have frequented the Open University some time ago. Critics say he will now stop all other work and start doing a PhD. The election is centred on the trio, with the above two already into the race after even changing their party policies. The crisis and Aragalaya have both changed the country's election map. That's it for today.